Hello, everybody. If you're just tuning in, you are listening to Level Up Nation with myself, Stacey Preer from the Dustin Pritchard Real Estate Team, and my co-host, Dustin Pritchard.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I was reading the news this morning and something came up that was a little shocking that I kind of wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, there's two things that I cannot believe are happening right now. A, it's snowing. It's freaking April. WTF.
Seriously, the worst kind of snow ever. Like, I'm not a big fan of snow anyways, but man, it gets nice and warm. You're doing the yard work and the flowers are starting to pop up and then it snows. It's like the worst kind of snow on the planet, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like a fart of spring.
That's right.
Like, basically, I just look outside and I'm like,
Yeah, thanks, Mother Nature. That was lovely.
Yeah, thanks for your snow farts. Appreciate it. Anyways, the other thing is actually a more serious matter. And that's why, like, I'm so happy that you're available, because I think it's really important for us to talk about this.
Yeah, me too.
So we actually, I've gotten a lot of messages via Messenger, email, text messages, friends, family, clients, everyone from Windsor to Toronto. There is a thunderous outrage. Dustin, so do you want to tell them a little bit about what we're talking about, if you've been living under a rock?
Well, you know what, exactly. You know what, first off, we heard about it a couple of days ago when it started going viral on social media, where a local realtor had actually written a letter, which is a pretty typical thing for a realtor to do, is write a community engagement letter of one kind or another to talk with the customer base. But this letter was not well received, and it was simply due to...
That's an understatement. Saying that it was not well received,
well, you know what,
is like, oh,
finishing my story. So
yeah, you're being nice.
The letter, and it was a couple of days ago, and we started talking about it a little bit internally as a team and as a group, and then it actually hit the London Free Press. It hit the newspapers too. So there's a lot of sensationalism going on around this, and I wanted to talk with you about it, because I don't think it's right. I don't think it's how humans should be treating humans, and especially in a crisis like this. So that's why I wanted to jump on a call with you and talk about it.
Well, I appreciate that. And honestly, it's funny because it's right at a time where I was about to send out a letter as well. So my intention, so just kind of like a basic knowledge base for people. Usually the spring market is very, very busy for real estate agents. And obviously everybody's suffering in this quarantine time. But this is when you see a lot of real estate agents send out their marketing pieces, and farming pieces or letters or 5x7s is something that's commonly promoted. So I can see why this agent felt that they wanted to send out a letter. And keep people informed, but the direction that they took, I definitely don't agree with. My letter, the direction I was going to take with it was piggybacking with a local business, basically from our family to their family. Hey, I'm not even saying this correctly because I'm so I don't even know. I'm so nervous. I'm nervous because I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want people like getting all up on me. But
so Stacey, first off, safe space. Okay? Audience, please be forgiving, okay? Because none of us has ever been in this kind of a situation before. And I do want to say that no, that letter was not well received, and no, I don't think that realtor read the room as far as the current climate of what's going on, in our crisis and in the environment and everything else. But I also wanted to say, you know what, kudos to you for being brave, because the first person going out there and the first person engaging and talking about something that's difficult to talk about, it takes a lot of guts. And I do respect the fact that this person decided to address the elephant in the room. And unfortunately, they were addressing the truth, and the truth being is that there is going to be more inventory hitting the market. There is going to be disruptions in real estate and people's lives all over the place. I don't think the approach was well, I know it wasn't taken favorably, but I don't think the approach was along the right vein, because it used a little bit too much fear, and people are already afraid.
Again, just to kind of put it out there for people not to interrupt you, for anyone who did not see the letter, basically there is a paragraph that kind of just stated, guys, if you're thinking of selling your home, you need to do it now because there's going to be a lot of inventory hitting the market, and you probably won't get as much for your home once there's more homes on the market. So it was kind of taken, the way I read it was take advantage of the market now before it's too late, which again is not really what you want to be saying right now.
Oh no, and no one wants to be told to take advantage of other people's pain and things like that. Like that's why it wasn't well received. People were looking at this article, or the article,
outrage.
but outrage. I mean, like extreme outrage. So, and I understand that it came across as ambulance chasing, things like that. But it's we know this realtor. This realtor is not a bad person and not a bad realtor and an ambulance chaser, but certainly
the fact that she's getting death threats, her family's getting threatened, she's getting bullied on social media. Like, my heart goes out for this woman because the action, I don't think, really deserved the reaction. And I think that when you get a bunch of, there's two camps right now. There's Camp A, who are first responders who are going to work every day, but they have either had to leave their kids with family members. They're scared for their lives that they're going to get this virus. They're working and working and working without breaks. And then there's the other camp who they wish they could work. They don't know when they're going to get their next paycheck. They're sitting in quarantine going stir crazy. So really, these two vibes, you're getting, it's like a ticking time bomb. So
echo chamber of BS is what it, not BS, it's fear. It's an echo chamber of just people bouncing off of each other and causing drama, right?
Yeah.
Drama.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of this just got hamster wheeled into something like it's just ongoing. Like there's nothing like it. The fact that the London Free Press now has hit it, like talked about it. It's just like I cannot believe the legs that this letter has. It's insane.
It is insane, and it just goes to show you that like we do need to be incredibly sensitive on how we approach difficult topics. But that's our job as realtors, is to actually address difficult topics. We're agents of change. When people are up, it's great, and when they're getting promotions, it's fantastic, and when they're having babies, it's exciting. But there's the other side, when people are losing jobs, and when people are downsizing because of estate sales, and like this is the nature of what we do. Is we support people, we help people through some of life's most exciting, but also sometimes most difficult moments. And you're right, like realtors right now, we have two camps of realtors that are very similar to what you were just talking about. Stay at home, do nothing, and wait. And
proactive and reactive.
Proactive and reactive, right? And realtors are just like everybody else, right? Like pay a mortgage, pay the bills, and that's a lot of times it's the only means of income. So, and it is traditionally the busy season where we do engage with the consumer after having a serious hiatus over the wintertime season, right? And yeah, I just I want to put a message out there to all the realtors and to the consumers as well. Be human, help each other, be kind to each other. Right? We're all in this together. Realtors especially, like, support each other. Like, seeing a realtor make a mistake or engage in a marketing piece that is not well received, please don't jump on the bandwagon and jump all over this person. I know that it's easy for the media and London Free Press and other media outlets to throw everybody in our industry under the same bus, but that's not how it works in real estate or in anybody else's industry.
No.
Right?
And I think that taking the fear-mongering approach isn't what people need right now. I think that even if it is a major concern, and even if that's how you do deal with stress, because this is a stressful time, and the uncertainty is I think what's stressing people out the most, because there's no absolutes. So when you write a letter and assume an absolute, I think that's what's getting everybody's emotions even more high. Um, but bullying doesn't solve problems, it creates more problems. And I wanted to give a kudos to some of the other realtors who did have enough courage to stand up and say, hey, this person's a human. Like, she has feelings. She's not like this horrible, ogre that everybody's like painting her out to be. Like, I, I don't know. If you're that realtor and you are watching this, I just wanted to say my heart goes out to you, and your family, because that's horrible. Um, and I'm not saying what she did was right or wrong. I have my own opinions about it, and I don't need to share them with anybody. Um,
Share a few.
um,
And I will share a few. Guys, if you're a realtor and you're watching this, then um, what the consumer wants right now is information and support. They want community involvement. They don't want somebody to say, sell your house with me and buy through me. That's not what we need to be doing right now. We need to be stepping up as the community leaders that we are, because that's what we do. We serve our community. So if you're going to be putting something out there, put something out there that's going to provide information and support. Right? Don't put something out that is traditional real estate marketing to sell your home and all this kind of stuff. Like, I've taken down all my ads. Everything that I've done is being completely repositioned to be support and education, as opposed to buy and sell a house kind of thing. Like, that's not what people want to hear right now.
No, and that's the thing too. Like, I was going to send out a letter, as I kind of was starting to get into. And basically, the intent of that letter is to help support my friend's local business, because they were in dire straits. So just to let people know that they were open for takeout and delivery, but also to provide real estate resources. If you have to buy and sell, there's people that you can tap into virtually that are ready to assist you. But I think advocating or trying to promote yourself for business, and like, even I've seen some memes like, oh, there's going to be a lot of divorce sales, like, uh,
That's low
but
class.
it isn't the time for that really anymore, I don't think.
It's low class. It's do you know what I do like? I do like the agents that are putting out pieces that are problem solving, right? Because
Yeah.
there's like, I've heard so many different numbers, but 20,000 to 40,000 displaced families just in Ontario alone. That's why realtors were named as an essential service, not, and it's just simply because people have been displaced and they've got their entire financial, net worth tied up in a transaction. We need to support those people. So if you're looking, and there's, and all brands, all realtors, I'm seeing all kinds of different great examples of people solving problems. We can do this virtually. We can do a 3 walkthrough. We can do the tours. We can have these conditions, these clauses. It's a beautiful thing to see our industry come together and solve those problems. And I'll take it one step further, because the one thing that we did on our team is that you wrote that letter, and then you posted that letter inside of our group and let everybody talk about it and see if it was going to be received well. And I'm going to put that out to everybody. Like, if you want anybody to take a look at your stuff, you got to get people to take a look at your pieces, right?
Yeah.
So that you know that you're staying kosher, that you're staying on point, and so that your message is well received, and we can support each other. We can help each other with that. Right?
Absolutely. And the other thing too, I want to just reiterate, like, I know we keep saying, hey, realtors are people too, but part of our job is community involvement. And there's tons of us that support like numerous local charities, because their jobs are so unique. Promoting different community events, supporting and raising funds for different things, that is part of our job. So one of the things that I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple realtors who are doing, I wanted to do, sorry, I'm like, I just wanted to actually like mention some realtors that are doing some really great things. Because I know we're talking about like bad stuff, but there's, so Marcia, Reina, they're both collecting materials, so they can make masks and gowns for the hospitals. I know there's another brokerage that's been nominating 5 different local businesses and doing raffles,
Like,
which I think is really, really cool. Um, so yeah, like we're not all bad people. Don't
I
hate
got
us.
a shout out too. Alabama, dude, Batman.
Yes, yeah,
And like, one, you're entertaining AF. Like,
yeah,
dude, like that's
yeah.
funny. You're doing it at 8 o'clock every night. But the coolest thing is that he's taking his ozone equipment and he's offering to ozone frontline workers cars for free. They drop the car off. He ozones the whole thing, which takes all the bacteria out and everything else, and all the threat, COVID and all that. And he's doing it all day long, every single day, and he's been doing it for weeks and weeks and weeks. So,
It's amazing.
like, for all of you who are stepping up, thank you. Like, that's amazing. You guys are doing amazing, amazing, amazing work, and it's really, and I'm proud to associate myself as a realtor with other realtors that are doing that.
Yeah, guys, we do have to stick together. And again, as much as this letter was an outrage, I think we, at the end of the day, we need to create solutions, not more problems. We need to stick together and we need to be kind to each other.
I think that's our sign-off message right there. Just
Was that a wrap?
I think that's a wrap. Like, just be kind. Like, be forgiving. And people are going to make mistakes and people are going to misstep, but you know what? They're humans, right? There's a reason behind it. Walk a mile in their shoe before you actually shout at them or threaten their family, for crying out loud, right? It's important that we stick together.
Yep,
As an industry.
absolutely. So if you've been tuning in, that's our 2 cents. You've been listening to Level Up Nation. I'm Stacey Freer, and I'm joined with
Richard.
thanks, and we'll see you again next time.
All right, ciao for now.